Rishaad Salamat. Mongolia has cleared the way for shipments to begin from Rio Tinto's giant Oyu Tolgoi copper mine. We can get more details on that as the founder and managing director of Khan Investment Management. So the trucks are going to start rolling any minute now, or?
That's certainly the expectation. A huge milestone not only for Oyu Tolgoi and Rio Tinto, but also for Mongolia. It's absolutely fantastic. It's finally going to be a proven thesis that the country's biggest investment, the biggest mine in Mongolia today, is about to export to China.
Yeah, and what's actually got this agreement in place now? Because, give us a bit of a history here, because seems like this argument between the Mongolian government and Rio has been going on for not an inconsiderable length of time, ages.
Well, there have been a number of issues in the past, but fortunately interests are all aligned. There was an election, parliamentary election last year. There was a lot of political rhetoric leading up to that. I think there have been a lot of false truths talking about resource nationalism. That was an issue leading up to elections. It's not actually the case. That isn't not an issue in Mongolia. And the great thing is that now finally we're going to see exports.
Well, but the thing is here, a lot of people have been looking at this dispute and saying, hang on a minute, I don't really want to go and invest in Mongolia because the rules of the game can be changed, halfway through. Can people have confidence, do you think, looking into the country now that they can have this stability there and actually a level playing field?
Well, I believe they can. And, the Mongolian government has agreed to honour its investment contract, the contract that was made originally with Ivanhoe Mines. They've stated that publicly a number of times towards the end of 2012. And Mongolia is a democracy. And like any other democracy, issues come up and views change and policies can change.
Well, yes, if we have a change in government, that's a danger here as well. But we've got other new securities laws as well in place, trying to get more people to invest in the country, right?
Well, that's right. But I think importantly on the political front, we had a presidential election just recently. Now the three key political appointments in the country, the president, the prime minister, and also the speaker of the House, are all members of the Democratic Party. We won't go into another election cycle now for another 3 years. So I think we have 3 years of political stability. We're going to have clear passage now with regards to legislature coming through from the government. And as you mentioned, the new securities law that will come into effect in the 1st of January next year will definitely drive additional capital flows into the country.
Yeah, Travis, but getting back to this Oyu Tolgoi case, many people thought that the reason why this argument happened was simply because Mongolia sold its assets too cheaply. Do you have a view on that?
Well, I think, slowly but surely the government is recognizing that, the government is in the business of governing. It's not in the business of mining. And, they should recognize that should be left up to the miners and to professionals in that sector. And the government has put in place policies in order to generate the tax revenue and royalties. And I see this as a win-win.
Okay, what, Travis, are you looking at other than, as Khan Investment Management? You can't just be looking at mining. There must be more to what opportunities throw themselves up there.
Well, you're right. It's a burgeoning economy which is experiencing phenomenal growth. We're seeing amazing opportunities across the entire economy, whether that be financial services, telecommunications. We see huge opportunities in the agriculture sector. We have investments in consumer staples, beverage manufacturers. There's an infrastructure boom underway at the moment. Building materials are extremely hot, and at the moment these companies are all extremely cheap. We're buying companies at the moment on price-earnings ratios of 5, and I think that we're going to see increased interest in those companies once foreign participants can enter the market next year.
And Travis, have you found it easy to invest?
No, I don't think it's easy. Going into a tiny frontier market or emerging market is certainly not without its challenges. But we've been working in the country now for 3 years. We have very good onshore partners, and it's taken a lot of work to get to where we are today.
Travis, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Rishaad.
Travis Hamilton there from Khan Investment Management. Still to come, the fast